Good morning students, welcome to 18 ECL 47 microcontroller lab. So in the previous session we were discussing about the binary up down counter. So when we say binary up down counter, so here it will count from 00 up to FFH and FFH down to 00. So similar to that, here we have the BCD up down counter. So when we say BCD, so BCD it stands for binary coded decimal value. So here up counter it has to count the value from 00 to 99, and down counter it has to start counting from 99 down to 0. So here for that, in order to count the values, so here we will be making use of the accumulator. So for up down counter it has to be loaded with 00. For this every time we will be keep adding 1, and after adding we will be using the instruction called as the decimal adjust the contents of accumulator after the addition. So here suppose after the addition you may get the hexadecimal value. For example, when it reaches the value 9, so 9 plus 1 it will be resulting in the hexadecimal value A. But since it is a BCD counter, so here instead of displaying it as A, so we want the answer as 10 decimal value. So here for that we will be using this instruction. So it will be keep adding the contents of accumulator with 0, 1 until it reaches the value 99. Once it reaches, so here it will stop counting and it will come off the low. So here along with this we can also see that in this program we are using ACALL delay. So here ACALL it stands for absolute call. So it is the unconditional jump instruction without checking any conditions. So it will be jumping to the address delay. So here in order to generate the delay for random, so here we are using 3 registers R1, R2, R3 which are loaded with the value FFH. So here you can see that, so R1 which is loaded with the value FFH and R2 which is loaded with the value FFH, and here simply here will be in decrementing the count of R3, R2, R1, and for a certain amount of time it will be keeping loop in this here itself. So once it completes the delay, so it will return back to the main program, so with the help of the instruction called as RET. So here whenever it is executed, so it will jump back to the instruction where it has been stopped. And similarly for BCD down counter, so here instead of loading 00 to the accumulator, so here it will be storing 99 and addition will be performed. And here in the instruction CJNA, that is CJNA, as you know, it stands for compare and jump if not equal. So here instead of comparing with 99, so here we will be comparing with 00. So here we will see how to see the results in the Keil software. So here, as you know the procedure, go to project, create a new project. Since it is a counter, I will be giving the file name as counter for a project. So save, select 8089 C51, 8089 C51, say OK and say no. And now project is been created here. Go to file, select new in order to open an editor, new editor. In this type the program. So here I'll include the directive org 00h in order to indicate the start of the program. Once you write this, so the next step is save. So save this as BCD up dot A51. So save the program. Now project and programs are ready, attached to the project here. Go to right click on source group 1, select add file to group source group 1. So here change the files of type to ASM source file and select BCD up, add, close it, and now you need to compile this program to check any errors. So here error is there, so what error is there? So in the line number 2, so it is missing something. What it is missing? Missing factor, BCD missing factor, target not created. So here I just I have put comma 2 times, so you just remove that. So build it once again, the same error in the line number 4. Here also comma is there for 2 times, and also here also it is there. You just remove this, compile the program. See, for such mistake you will be getting errors, so be careful while typing the program. So once you rebuild it, go to debug and say start, stop. And here before this what I'll do is here I'll just go back here, because if I load 0ff here it will take much time. So here I'll be loading 1 for delay. Okay, otherwise it will take much time. So rather than 1 second it will take 10 minutes. So here once again, if any changes are made, build, rebuild, go to debug, start, say OK, and just go on pressing F11 to see the result until it reaches 99. See, if I would have given FFH into the register R1, R2, R3, so here you can see that all the values are in the decimal only. So no hexa values you are going to see in the accumulator, right? It will be continued until it reaches 99. Once it reaches 99, what happens? It will stop counting and it will come out of the loop. If you want to repeat, you can repeat using a loop statement. So just when it comes near to 90, here will slow down. So 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So when it is 99, it will compare and it will make 0, right? Once again, if you want, you can repeat. So for the second time, it is repeating. You can see that. So similarly, you can execute, rewrite the program for the down counter. Here I allowed 99H instead of 0, and here I will be comparing with 0 for the down counter. Save. Once you make the change, build, rebuild, go to debug, start or stop debug session, run the program, and here you can see initially A is with 99, 0, 0, 99. So some changes has to be made. Wait a minute, I'll just make and explain you. Yes, here we have made a change. So here when for the down counter we need to add 99, not 01. So if we forget that concept logic, so everything will be gone. So here I have made a change. So build target, rebuild it, go to debug and start a stop debug session. See, even though we have done it many times, sometimes it will happen. So here initially it is 99, then it becomes 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92. So it will be continued up until it becomes 0. So whenever it becomes 0, once again it will start counting from 99, since I have put a loop here. So you can repeat this. So you can see the contents. So nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, once again it will be loaded with 99 and the procedure will be repeated. Okay, so like this you can go for BCD up down counter implementation. And next here we'll take up the programs on the Boolean and logical instructions, that is the bit manipulation. So here the first program is to count number of ones and zeros in a 8-bit number. So here we are going to take 8-bit number. So in that 8-bit number we will see how many zeros are present and how many ones are present. So in order to have that count, so here we are using R1 and R2. So R1 it is used to count the number of zeros present in a number, and R2 it is used to count the number of ones in the number, and R7 it is a counter for 8-bit, because whenever you take a byte, so it will be having 8 bits, right? So for every time it will be checking using some logical instruction. So here for this, here I have taken a number 97. So this 97 it is taken into the accumulator, and we are using the logical instruction RLCA, that is we are going to rotate the contents of accumulator to the left throw carry, and whatever the carry that you are going to get, for that carry will be checking. Suppose if there is a carry, so here it will increment R2. Suppose if there is no carry, it will increment R1. So here for that I'll just show the calculation here how it will be done. So here I told here I have taken 97H, right? So 97H. So here it will be equal to 10010111. So here you can see that. So it consists of how many ones? 5 ones are there. So and the 3 zeros are there. So here we are using RLC. So here we rotate the contents of accumulator to the left through carry. So here we will be having the carry here. So initially here it will be 0. So 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1. So for the first time when you do this, so here this will enter into the carry. Next here all these contents will move here. 1 0 1 1 1. So this carry it enters into this position. So now after getting the value into the carry, check for this carry. If 1 is present, increment 1 register. If 0 is present, you are going to increment the other register. The same thing you are going to see. So for that I'll just show how it will be done. So all these are logical. For the same project I'll be showing. I'll not create a new project here because it will take much time. So here I'll just delete this. I'll copy the program. So build, rebuild, no errors. So go to debug and start. Already we have seen how many zeros and ones are present in 97. So directly I will press the key F5 to see the result. You can see that R1 is 3 and R2 is 5. So here it will be indicating 3 zeros are present and R2 which is loaded with the value, it indicates 5 ones are present. Similarly, you can take any other number and you can execute and see the result. And the next program is, we'll check whether the number is odd or even. So how you are going to say the number is even or odd? So for example, if I take the number like even number. So here if I take the number, I'll just take a new page. So 12, as you know, it is a, oh my god. So 12 is a even number, right? So when you write the binary equivalent of this, so 0 0 1 0. So here you can see that the lowest significant bit always it will be 0 for the even numbers. When you say 13, so 0 0 1 0 0 1 1. So here the lowest significant bit will be 1. So here we will be making use of this logic in order to find whether the number is even or odd. So here I'll just copy this program. The logic has been explained here. So I'll just remove this instruction, copy the program here, whatever you have copied. So here we are going to take a number from the memory location 20 into the accumulator and we'll be checking the 0th bit of the accumulator. So for this we will be using the JB, or else you can also go with RRC instruction. So here in order to show the use of bit set bit instructions, we are using the JB instruction. So jump if bit of 0 accumulator 0th bit is set. So then it will be indicating it is a odd number. So if it is a odd number, so we are storing 0 0. If it is a even number, we will be storing FF. So this is one type of logic that you can use. So otherwise you can go with the RRC instruction. For using that also you can write the program. So here I'll just build and rebuild. Target is not created. Why? Because here number is odd, it has to come here. So it has to be here, otherwise it will take that as a instruction itself. So here just build, no errors, go to debug, start or stop debug session. So here before the execution, so what we need to do is we had to type the memory D:20H. So from this you had to take the number. I'll take the number as 14. So 14 is a even number, you know. So when you press F5, you are supposed to get FF in A. So stop the execution. So you can see that in A we have the FF. So since 14 is a even number, so I'll take 15 here. So once again I'll just run the program. So what you are supposed to get, stop the program. So you are supposed to get 0. So since it is not being winded up properly, so I'll just restart it again. So I'll just type 15 here before the execution. So here run the program. So stop it. So you are supposed to get 0, 0. If you want to see any other values in that, if 0 is confusing, I'll just put, I'll put here FE. So if it is odd, you are supposed to get FE in accumulator. That you can also verify like this. So I'll just give 15 here. For clarification I am showing. Okay. Press F5. So stop the current execution. You can see FE is stored in the accumulator. So this is the second program. So stop it. And the next program is to perform the logical operations. So various logical operations you can perform, AND or XOR on the two 8-bit numbers. So here we are going to take the numbers from the memory location 21 and 22H. On that value between those two numbers we are going to perform the AND operation, and the result will be stored here, and similarly AND operation and XOR operation will be performed. So I'll just copy this program. I'll take numbers and I'll explain, don't worry about that. So save the program, build. Target is not created because error is there. What is the error? Logical error. So syntax error is there. So I have to verify this. So let me check on this. So let me check on this. I'll get back. So leave this. I'll be doing this program in the next lab. So next we'll take up to check whether the given number is a palindrome or not. So palindrome in a sense, if you read on both sides, it should give the same result, right? So 1 to 1, it is a palindrome. Okay. So end statement is not there. Here you need to put sjump, otherwise you will be getting error. So F7. So here 1 to 1 as an example I have taken, but here you are taking the number 81 to check. Okay. So here I'll show 81 is a palindrome. So for example, if I will take a, let me take a new page. So 81, so it can be written as 1000001, either from this side or this side. So this remains same, the reading remains same. So here and just what we have done in this program is, so here we are taking a number which has to be verified whether it is a palindrome or not. Then R0 is loaded with 30, and then we are taking a count values R1 with 08, and 31 another memory location is taken. So here we are going to take the number 30 from 30H location to the accumulator, and this will be rotated. So just so the number is going to be verified. So in this program what we have done is, so here this is the number to which has to be verified whether it is a palindrome or not. So here this will be loaded in the 30H location. So here this number it is taken and it will be rotated through the carry to the left. So here whatever the carry content you will be getting, so here when you rotate for the first time, so here the carry will be 1. So here that along with the carry, so here we are moving the contents of accumulator to the memory location 30H. So here we are going to reverse the entire number. So here 1 will be entered here, and this 0 will come here, this 0 will come here, 0, next this 0, 0, 0, 1. So here we are going to reverse the entire bit. So after reversing the bits, so we will be comparing these two. So suppose if they are equal to 0, so when you compare it, obviously if they are equal, the result, the net result should be 0. Then only we can say that it is a palindrome. Suppose if we have 1 here, so it is not a palindrome, that you can easily say. So for that whatever the original number we have, so it is going to be rotated to the left 8 times, and that will be brought into the memory location 31H, and to this content we will be comparing the original number. So here the same program is been written here, the same logic. So RLC and RRC. So here RLC, it is used to shift the content of original number to the left through carry, and the same whatever the result that is being obtained in the accumulator, that it is being rotated to the right through carry, that is reversing is being done here. So you just I think okay, we have executed. So you just see, as it is a palindrome, so we are supposed to get what? FFH. If it is not palindrome, so we will not be getting FFH. So here I will just show that also. I will take 82 here. 82 is not a palindrome, right? So I will just build, rebuild, and go to debug. So press F5. So stop it. So here you can see 0. So if you want to see some other result, that can also be done. So here we have moved 0, 0. You can move 20. So no problem. For clarification, you can change the value and you can see whether you are getting the result or not. Okay. So okay, just take F5. Stop it. You can see, as 82 is not a palindrome, so you will be getting 20 in accumulator. So in the next class we'll take up some more programs and we'll show the execution. Thank you.